What's up, my Central Unit? It's the Central Man here. So this is my quarter-final match predictions of the 2019 Rugby World Cup. The quarter-final matches kicks off in the weekend on the Saturday and on the Sunday. So we're going to start with quarter-final match number 1. That is England versus Australia in OTR. They met 6 times in this competition. Both won 3. For England, we'll start with Australia first. Australia beat them in the pool stage twice. That was way back in 1987, the very first tournament, and 4 years ago in England, when England was the host at the time. And they beat them in the 1991 Rugby World Cup final, once again in England. England were the host nation at the time. As for England, they beat Australia twice in a quarter-final. That was in 1995 in Australia, 2007 in France. England were the holders. They went on to lose to South Africa in the final. And their famous 2003 Rugby World Cup win, they beat them in the final. Australia were, the host nation. We beat them in their backyard. It's basically their 12-year revenge. I know they beat them in 95, but this is basically a 12-year revenge, because they beat us in 91, because England were the host nation in 91. They beat us in our backyard. We beat them in their backyard in 2003. They dubbed, the English fans will dub it as the Johnny Wilkinson game, because he did that famous drop kick goal. And England, it really secured our first and only World Cup victory to this day. And England is, still the only North Hemisphere team to win the Rugby World Cup, the Webb Ellis Cup. So this game is in OTR. This is match number 7. 6 victories to both sides. 3 wins each team. Going for the 4th. I'm going to go with England. I think England's playing their best tournament so far. They're game against France. I think we'll beat France if the game wasn't called off. I think we'll beat the French. I think this is our best chance to win a Rugby World Cup. I go with an English win. Play our best rugby. Who knows? We could beat whether it's our opponents in the semi-finals. Who knows? I think we could have a crack at the World Cup. This is our best rugby. I think Eddie Jones, he's our best coach. He's fixing the problems after Stuart Lancaster fucked up his 4 years in charge. We're the first and only host nation to crashed out at the pool stage. That's another topic for another time. So moving on to quarter-final number 2. That will be, the England game will be at I think it's an 8 o'clock kickoff in UK time. So moving on to New Zealand versus Ireland. This will be at the Toyota Stadium in Chofu. New Zealand is the world champions, the holders, and Ireland, they lost to Japan. They kind of recovered. 100% New Zealand will beat Ireland. And guess what we got in the semi-finals? England versus New Zealand. That'll be a good semi-final. We'll get to my semi-final predictions next week. So New Zealand beat Ireland. So that was the matches on Saturday. Let's move on to the matches on Sunday. We got Wales versus France in OTR. They haven't met since the semi-finals in 2011 in New Zealand. France beat Wales in that semi-finals 8 years ago. Wales need to get their revenge. So Wales, they're doing all right. They're doing okay. They beat Australia. I think they got an easy route to the final. Easy route. So I'm gonna go with a Welsh win over the French. Let's move on to the final quarter-final match. The host nation Japan versus the Springboks South Africa. I don't think Japan will win. Yeah, I never knew. I predict Japan will get crashed out in the pool stage, but I was wrong. They beat Ireland and Scotland to get to the quarterfinal. I don't think they'll beat South Africa for the second time. They haven't met since the pool stage game 4 years ago. Japan's famous victory in this competition. I think Japan's luck is going to run out. They basically kind of lived on that 2015 win. I don't think they'll get the second win. I think South Africa will looking for revenge. I think they are looking for revenge. So I'll go with the Springboks. So anyway, I'm gonna do a recap. Yeah, quarterfinal 1, England versus Australia. I predict England to win. Quarterfinal number 2, New Zealand versus Ireland. I predict New Zealand going to win. Quarterfinal number 3, that is Wales versus France. I go with the Welsh to win over the French. And Japan versus South Africa. I go with South Africa beating the host nation. You know, it doesn't matter. I think they had a great World Cup, one in the memory. So yeah, I predict it's going to be England, New Zealand, semi-final number 1, and Wales, South Africa, semi-final number 2. We'll get to my semi-final predictions next week. So that's my predictions of the quarter-final matches at the 2019 Rugby World Cup. Hope you enjoy it. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash the like button. And subscribe to the Central Mind Network on YouTube. We'll be back later on for my Premier League predictions. This is the Central Man, officially signing out.